and that we approve the minutes, January 23rd, 2023.
May I have a second, please?
I second the motion.
All in favor, state aye. All opposed? Motion has passed to accept and approve the minutes for January 23rd, 2023. We'll move on to 2.4, our school counseling week recognition with Ms. Tanya Kramer.
Good evening, Chair Porter, members of the board, Dr. Pratt. National School Counseling Week was February the 6th through the 10th, 2023, to focus public attention to the unique contribution of school counselors within the United States school system. National School Counseling Week highlights the tremendous impact school counselors can have in helping students achieve school success and plan post-secondary careers. In celebration of National School Counselor Week, Chair Porter and Superintendent Dr. Pratt signed a proclamation to commemorate the school counselors of Hertford County Public Schools. Dr. Pratt, will you please come forth to present gifts to our school counselors? Counselors, as I call your name, please come forth to receive your gift and remain up front. At the end, we're going to take pictures with our school board members. First, we're going to have Ms. Ebony Rankins, Ahoskie Elementary School. Okay, thank you. Next, we're going to have Ms. Pamela Tan, Bearfield Primary School. They're in order. Miss Julie Terry, Bearfield Primary School. Miss Monique Glover Carey, Riverview Elementary School. Miss Frida Lee, Hertford County Middle School. Miss Teresa Watford, C.S. Brown High School. Melanie Van, Early College High School. Miss Crystal Parker, Hertford County High School. She was not able to join us on tonight. Miss Elizabeth Douglas, Hertford County High School. She was not available to join us on tonight. And Mrs. D. Biggers, our Executive Director of Student Services. Board members, if you could please join us up front for a photo. Thank you. All right, so I need everyone here. So on the count of three. 1, 2. Is that Ms. Franklin? Oh, wait, is that Ms. Franklin? No. Okay. Everybody here, 1, 2. And hold it. Ms. Biggers, can you jump it back just a little bit? Perfect. Who is that? All right, there we go.
Before you leave, council. There's the people minutes. I just don't want you to leave without you knowing how much this board and the superintendent appreciate what you do. You don't know or aren't aware of how much we talk about you in closed session. We're aware of what has happened to us in our past, and we know that you aren't supposed to spend too much time with that. But you help this system move on tremendously. Every day you're with our students, not only about testing information or whatever, but getting our students stop by some schools. Ms. Watford at one time was talking with her students about going to various colleges. You prepare them for college, you prepare them for life. I have worked with some of you. I've started out with Ms. Terry. And I've worked with Ms. Breda Lee, Ms. Watford. We worked together for years. And I don't want you to walk out this building not thinking that this board is not aware of how important you are to our children in Hertford County. And we just want you to know those baskets are just a small appreciation of what you do on a daily basis for our students in the county. Are there any other comments?
I just want to, if I may, Madam Chair, I just want to ditto exactly what Ms. Porter said. We are forever grateful for what you do in our schools each and every day. And I know sometimes counseling can be one of those jobs that people don't necessarily understand what you do during the day, but you endure a lot and you encounter a lot. And for that for which we know and for that which we do not know that you deal with each and every day, we are forever grateful. And we just want to say thank you for being on our team. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Ms. Porter.
Yes, sir.
I certainly agree with what both of my board members have said. Ms. Porter said exactly the truth. We just had a conversation in closed session about the counselors. And we assure you that probably soon you might even hear or see something coming from the board. But we just want to thank you again for all you do. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. DeLunch. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ms. Francis.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. We're glad you make this, right?
Yes. Right here, man. Back up. Keep falling back up.
Forget everyone.
Nobody. We still got everybody? Yeah. Okay, good.
Let's see what it played.
Yeah.
It's one.
That's fine. That's the report like you. But we don't read about it. That's it. We no man left behind.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Eric? All right.
We will now have our bulletin board description by Dr. White.
Good evening, Chair Porter, board
Good evening.
members, and Dr. Pratt. Tonight, we have two beautiful bulletin boards for you. We'll start with our bulletin board in the hallway. First of all, these were designed by Bearfield Primary School. Special thank you to art teacher Penny Hare and PE teacher JJ Beal for these very beautiful and creative designs. In the hallway, we have our entire school system family is focused on getting stronger and building our skills together in order to make HCPS the choice for all families, provide a safe and caring environment which empowers and graduates globally competitive students through diverse opportunities. Awesome job there. And then here in the boardroom, all Hertford County Public Schools are holding to our focus from the beginning of the year, new thinking for new times. We are using innovative problem-solving skills, technology, data, and strategic planning as we address the varying learning styles of our students to help them be successful learners. Great job to Bearfield Primary School on some beautiful, innovative bulletin boards. Thank you, Ms.
Thank you. And thank you to Bearfield Primary School for your beautiful boards. And we have in our mind new thinking for new times. So the more we see it, the more it's embedded in us. So we would like to thank the art, PE, and whoever else is involved with the creation of these boards. Thank you, Bearfield. We will now have our introduction of newly hired employees.
Good evening, Chair Porter, members of the board. We have a few new hire introductions to do for you tonight. When I call your name, please stand. We have Kristen Jones, Bearfield primary teacher. Not able to be with us tonight, but we have her pictures, Miss Elizabeth Douglas, Hertford County High School counselor. And we have Mr. Chris Bennick, technology director.
Ms. Bowen, I'm an early college.
Social study.
Sorry about that. Anyone else? Sorry about that, Ms. Bowen. All right, thank you.
To our new employees, we want to welcome you on behalf of the Board of Education at Hertford County Public Schools. We're excited that you decided to join our family. If there's anything that we can do to further support you, please let us know. And we want to thank you once again for joining a great team. Thank you and welcome.
Mrs. Freeman, do we have any public input at this time? Thank you. Would you like to have a 5-minute recess or move on?
We can rock and roll. We can rock and roll.
We'll move on to 3.1, our field trip request.
Yeah.
Dr. White.
Chair Porter, board members, and Dr. Pratt, you have before you an overnight field trip request for Hertford County High School for the JRTC program for your approval.
That was a very detailed report. It even gave us the weather to a T, so. It gave the encounters, the weather, everything, so I'm sure there are no questions about field trip. Am I correct?
No,
Okay, may I have a motion to approve the field trip request from Hertford County High School?
So move, Madam Chair.
May I have a second, please? All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The field trip from the JROTC at Hertford County High School at this time has been approved.
Thank you.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
I'm just curious, with the young men leaving tomorrow to play somewhere in the state, we don't know yet, so Goldsboro. Is that I mean, are they going and coming?
Yeah.
I know that.
It's not-
They should. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're leaving, I think, tomorrow afternoon, and they will return that same night in Goldsboro. And as you know, go ahead.
I'm saying they are gonna play Goldsboro.
Yes.
In Goldsboro,
Mm-hmm.
on the internet
Mm-hmm.
to be announced, no, to be determined. What
Right.
can I do tomorrow,
7 p.m.
7 p.m.?
I will be there.
Goldsboro High.
Goldsboro House, as far as I know. Is that correct, Ms. Warford? Yes.
I just want them to be rested and, ready
Ready to
to
play.
play.
There you go. The second seed and the third seed, right?
Yep.
And yes, mhm. We're ready.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
At this time, we have our resignations, retirements, and transfers, Ms. Sherry. Oh, am I losing it? I better do.
3.2.
3.2, a Hosky Elementary School update.
Chair Porter, school board members, and Dr. Pratt, it is such an honor tonight to begin our school series. Each of our schools will be sharing updates and highlights from their year thus far. You were able to hear a curriculum update at our previous board meeting, and now you will see how each individual school is applying those things within their building. Tonight, we are proud to recognize Principal Elania Riddick as our first school presentation with the Hosky Elementary School. Mr. Riddick.
Good evening, Chair Porter and members of the board. I bring you greetings from the Hosky Elementary School. And in this presentation, I'll be talking to you about our school improvement goals and what we are doing to ensure that our students are successful on the road to being blue. And when I say blue, blue represents the color of exceeding growth. In our school, before I start, I want to remind you of last year. Last year, we met growth for the first time since 2016. Our growth index was 82.9, which is the highest it has ever been at a Hosky Elementary School. Moving on to our school improvement goals for this year. As you see on the screen, like Dr. White said, you have to know where you are in order to know where you're going. So over the next 3 years, our ultimate goal is to reach 55% by June of 2025. So with our fourth grade reading, they finished at 36% proficiency last year. So over the next 3 years, our goal is to increase 6 percentage points every year to get to 55% by June of 2025. Our fifth grade reading finished at 16% proficiency. So over the next 3 years, our goal is to increase 13 percentage points every year for the next 3 years to get us to 55% by June of 2025. Our fourth grade math finished at 26% last year. So our goal is to increase 10 percentage points for the next 3 years to get us to the goal of 55% by June 2025. Fifth grade math finished at 22% proficiency last year. So our goal is to increase 11 percentage points every year over the next 3 years to get us to 55% by June of 2025. And science finished at 25% proficiency last year. So our goal is to increase 10 percentage points every year for the next 3 years to get us to 55% by June 2025. And you may say, Ms. Riddick, well, why did you choose 55%? 55 is the goal, or it's the lowest number that a school can have to be a C. So our ultimate goal is to remove our low performing label. So that's why we chose 55%. On slide 3, it talks about our roadmap to success. These are the things that we're doing in our building to ensure that our students are on the road to exceeding growth. So the first thing we did was we implemented a daily intervention block. That's called our WIN block, W-I-N, which stands for What I Need. This happens Monday through Thursday, and it's 45 minutes a block. Our instructional blocks were cut a little short because we had to do the intervention blocks. So our instructional blocks range from 75 to 90 minutes. But during that time, our teachers are doing standards-based remediation in the instructional block. And during our intervention block, our WIN block, let me back up and tell you about that. What's happening during that time is our teachers are doing gap interventions. With gap intervention, that means they're filling in those gaps. So if you walk in our building during that WIN block, you may see skills ranging from second grade, third grade, kids that really need that intervention that are doing it, that are performing at a first or second grade level. Our teachers are really getting them those skills like blending letter, addition, subtraction, those skills. We have also brought in Sylvan Learning, who works with our students 3 days a week, and we strategically placed those students with them. And what we did was we looked at their EOG performance data from last year, and we also looked at their performance on the STAR assessment at the beginning of the year. And with our intervention block, we grouped those students based on how they did on the STAR assessment at the beginning of the year. The STAR assessment allows us to see if they're performing on a first grade level, second grade level, third grade level, and we group the students. Also, we implemented a new benchmark process. Benchmarks are taking place at the end of every 9 weeks now. And what we did for our benchmarks are modeled like our EOG. So everything in our building is shut down. Students get the entire 3-hour block to really focus, sit down, get used to taking the EOG for that long period of time. So when they get to it in June, they're already prepared and they already know this is what they have to expect. We also have a new data process, which is our spreadsheet. Everything is housed in our spreadsheet. If you look at our spreadsheet, we have our STAR data and our benchmark data. So every time students take the STAR test, teachers update that information. So ultimately what our teachers are doing is they're tracking the success of their students from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. And also we wanted you to know that we're not fitting the students into our schedule. We are making our schedule to fit our students, which is what we had to go back and do. We had to change our PLC day from Wednesday to Friday so that they're not missing that time when Sylvan pulls them. So Monday through Thursday, they're in there with Sylvan, and on Friday, teachers are doing that 2-hour PLC block, so they're not missing core instruction. Also, to help us with the roadmap to success, our teachers have new updated curriculum resources. In reading, they have Into Reading, which teachers have received training on. They have the updated versions of Envision's Math. Our science teachers are still using their coach books. As you know, the science standards are being rewritten right now. And we are in the process of purchasing Studies Weekly for our social studies teachers, which you know they revamped the social studies standards last year. Also, we have PBIS at our school, which has been really successful this year. our positive behavior intervention system. And what we've done is every month, our students are rewarded a free play session if they display positive behavior during the entire month. During that free play session, they get to socialize with their friends, they get to play games. It's really a time for them to enjoy themselves. As a class, we have a bear paw system. So if they get 12 bear paws, they get to have a party. They get to choose if they want pizza, popcorn, ice cream, whichever one makes them happy. So we want to reward them for their positive behavior. Also, we're building the capacity of our teachers through quality professional development. And as you see, this is the professional development our teachers have completed so far. They have had standards alignment training, unpacking, where they actually had to dissect the standards. They're looking at the activities they're doing to make sure they're aligned with the standards, and their assessments to make sure they are aligned with the standards. They receive professional development on instructional strategies. We have our digital walkthrough tool, which is a Google form. So it sends the feedback directly to the teacher. They have also received training on guided reading, into reading, and envisions. And like I said before, we increased our PLC block from an hour and 45 minutes. We gave them an extra 15 minutes to give it 2 hours. So they get that 2 hours every week to come together, plan, unpack their standards, look at their assessments and their activities and make sure they are aligned with the standard. And then also, we wanted to increase our parent and community engagement. We have done that through our canned food drive, which we did through our PBIS program. We had an angel tree at our school, which our staff came together and helped our communities that needed our students that needed additional assistance during Christmas. We participated in the Christmas parade, the MLK walk, and recently we had our student-led conferences with the help of our community partners. So we had them come in, they had a chance to talk to the students. The students talked about their success, where they were with their goals, and they provided them with positive feedback on those goals. And lastly, in this world, there are many things that are blue. And at the end of this year, AES will be too. Thank you.
That convocation, sure.
Do you have any questions?
I don't have any question, but I got to say something. I've been watching you on Facebook and the many different programs that your kids per week interact with. I think this week has something to do with dressing.
Yes, for Black History Month, yes.
You know, great month, Black History Month. And I was real pleased to see that. And I watched the popcorn days and that other day, but I guess I'm just so pleased with, as a citizen, as a member of this board, the work that you and your staff have put into thus far.
Yes.
In order to turn blue.
Yes.
You know, at the end of the year, and I commend you on that. I want to ask you a question about Sylvia learning. As 3 times per week, how long each day?
They're doing it for 45 minutes. When our other students go for intervention, they go as well.
Okay. So it's 45 minutes per day. Yes. With identified students.
Yes.
Okay. Where did they get their paperwork from? Sylvia, do they get it from you? Direction this for?
They have their own resources, but we've monitored it to make sure that our students are getting what they need from them. Okay. Yes.
You don't do letters?
No, not at a high scale elementary.
Do you have any input with letters? Because that carries over from.
Well, I'll take that back. Our teachers have received training on letters.
Okay.
Yes, they have. Yes, they have.
I'm just so pleased. And I saw that community partners.
Yes.
The little tables there. How you get on that agenda? I missed it some kind of way.
And Mr. Hall, we would definitely catch you the next time.
But I thought the one, you know, when I saw some of the leaders in the county sitting there with those kids and whatnot, and I guess that's the innovative nature of what we're going to have to do in order to move all of us to blue.
Yes.
And I commend you and your staff on it. I know it's not easy. And also, I was going to say it earlier, board members, I commend on you and Bearfield leadership with this we had this bus driver shortage. last week or week before last, and how you pulled together. And if I'm correct, there were no kids left behind.
No, there were not.
There were no kids left behind. And that says a lot about the coordination between you, Fairfield, and some other schools. But not only that, your parents stepped up in order to get some of those kids to school. And that comes by, I think, the relationship that exists between you and Ms. Shields and your community, your parental community. I know I've said much, but thank you for this.
Yes.
Those benchmarks, you've already had some benchmarks.
Yes.
What did they show you? What did they, as you move forward, did they tell you anything you need to?
Yes, they showed us that we're headed in the right direction.
There you go.
So we're looking forward to them taking them again, I think next week. So yes, we're headed in the right direction. Yes, sir.
That is good. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you. And one last thing, if you all are not busy tomorrow, our Black History program, we have 2 showings. Our 5th grade showing is at 12 o'clock and our 4th grade showing is at 1:30, and it is in the auditorium. So if you're not busy, please feel free to stop by.
Thank you so much for the
Thank you.
invitation. And thank you for all you do and all of your planning, your organization. We know that how hard you work
Thank you.
and that everything working together it will be better. And you will meet your goals.
Yes, ma'am. We're working very hard.
This won't be a monthly presentation.
Now, we're taking each school.
Yes.
It's about a month or.
About the month, yes, we will have Riverview as our next presentation. I think we have one more question.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
Mr. Deloach.
You were talking this back. Ms. Rick, I don't have a question. Do want to make a comment if I may. I visited your school about a couple of weeks ago and I wanted to say something to you then, but I didn't. I knew your time was coming before the board. I was very excited about what I saw. And tonight you talked about your organization. It was so evident that you guys have worked real, real hard to organize your school around the children. That was important. The focus on instruction, the individualized instruction, the grouping. I was just impressed by what I saw. It reminded me of the old days. I can assure you that based on what I saw, if you continue to do what you were doing, you're going to be real, real blue in 2025.
Yes.
So I just want to say I appreciate what I saw, and I thank you and your staff for what you all are doing for our children.
Thank you, Mr. Loach.
And that is what we should be sharing with the community.
There you go.
Everything that is going on in the schools positive.
Good news.
Good news. Now can I move on to 4.1? Resignations, retirements, and transfers.
Oh, we contributed that and then printed it out, put it out. Anyway, go ahead.
Good news.
Good evening, Chair Porter, members of the board,
Good evening.
Dr. Pratt. You have before you item 4.1, resignations, retirements, and transfers for your information. Are there any questions?
Are there any questions concerning?
Item 4.2, recommendations. We have Wanda Outlaw being recommended for part-time counselor at Hertford County Middle School and Hertford County High School. We have Carl Cox being recommended for transportation mechanic at the district office. We have Tashima Jenkins being recommended for bus driver at Hertford County Middle School. We have Jackie Mitchell being recommended for the teacher apprentice position at Bearfield Primary. We have Marquita Lassiter being recommended for the teacher apprentice position at Riverview Elementary School. And we have Emmanuel Staten being recommended for custodian at Hertford County Middle School.
Are there any questions or concerns at this time? May I have a motion to approve the certified and classified recommendations presented by administration? May I have a second?
Second motion.
All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Certified and classified recommendations by administration have been approved at this time. We'll move on to 4.3, additional employment.
You have item 4.3, additional employment. You have the information before you for your consideration.
Are there any questions concerning additional employment? May I have a motion at this time to approve recommendations for additional employment by administration?
So moved, Madam Chair.
May I have a second, please?
Second motion.
All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Additional employment has been approved. 4.4, substitute additions. Ms. Sharon.
You have before you for your consideration, approval, or the addition of Shakonda White as a substitute teacher to our substitute list.
May I have a motion at this time to approve Mrs. White to our substitute list? May I have a second?
I second the motion.
All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Mrs. White has been approved as an addition to our substitute list. Recruitment overview 2023, Ms. Jerry.
Again, good evening, everyone. Tonight, I'm going to provide for you a brief overview of some of our recruitment efforts that we are currently undergoing here in Hertford County. To begin with, we have before you our mission. This is the mission of Hertford County Schools. As you are aware, we have 5 major goals that we're aiming for in Hertford County for June 2025. This particular goal is the one that relates to our recruitment and retention. By June 2025, Hertford County Public Schools will maintain 100% staffing of budgeted positions through retention and recruitment. That is our goal. Just want to share a little bit of the data you have before you. This is our attrition rate compared to the state attrition rate. This in the past has been called the teacher turnover rate, as you can see, but they've recently in the last few years have been calling it attrition. Attrition accounts for teachers who leave the profession as well as those who are mobile from district to district, leave one district to the other. It is measured each year from March to March. That's what it's based on, the March payroll of each year. How many stay, how many go. So as you can see in North Carolina, the attrition rate is 7.9%, but for Hertford County, it is 11.4%. So we are quite a bit higher than that number for the state. Here's a little bit more data. Each week, we report to the board our vacancy rate. This number is a reflection of that. This shows the percentage of positions that are filled. So in August, that baseline 91%, that was our baseline data for the goal that we set that you saw on the first slide of 100%. So you can see how it has fluctuated up and down, ebbing and flowing a little bit as the year goes on. We're wanting to see will we see any trends or any patterns from year to year. This is our first year of collecting this particular set of data. This next slide shows our vacancy numbers. So the first one, the previous one showed our fill rate. This one shows how many positions are vacant. The yellow represents the portion of our vacancies that are teaching positions. The rest are not teacher positions. So it could be counselor, could be AP, could be custodian, whatever is vacant. As you can see and notice, and we are very happy to see that, February is our lowest vacancy numbers so far this year. So we're hoping we'll stay trending in that direction. This is a graphic shows when we are out recruiting for Hertford County Schools. These are the 4 main reasons we talk with individuals about why they would like to work for Hertford County Schools. The first one there, that is a graphic we show, and we feel like in Hertford County School, the support you receive is like none other anyplace else. We have opportunity culture available. For opportunity culture, those are for teachers who would like to experience leadership positions without leaving the classroom. They have the opportunity to be a mentor and a coach to their colleagues. Those teachers that need the mentoring and support, they get that from their colleague. It's something different to receive the support and encouragement from a peer than it is to receive that from the evaluator. So that's one advantage we have. Also in Hertford County, our first year teachers are assigned an instructional coach who meets with them individually multiple times a week. They also come meet with them face-to-face several times during the month. They're assigned an instructional coach, individual to them. And of course, every beginning teacher is also assigned a mentor. That second graphic represents our Grow Your Own initiative that we've started recently in our teacher apprenticeship program. That particular program provides a career ladder for targeting our teacher assistants, helping them, giving them the supports they're needing in order to become teachers. They perhaps could have an associate's degree. This program helps guide them through the process of obtaining their bachelor's degree and also obtaining their teacher license. That third one is what most people like to see most of the time, those dollar signs. So here in Hertford County, although we also offer unparalleled support, we also pay our people additional supplements to participate in that opportunity culture positions. Teachers have the opportunity to earn up to $8,000 of additional salary a year to serve in some of those positions. We also provide a local supplement of 3% for certified and 1% for classified employees. And also there's an additional supplement for instructional staff provided to us from the state. So our teachers, that can vary from year to year, but last year that was almost $4,000 last year in additional monies that instructional staff received from the state as an additional supplement. And our last graphic represents our Hertford Point. Not many other places can say they have affordable housing available for their teaching staff or the employees, the state employees. So we do have that here in Hertford County. These are a list of the recruitment events we're planning to participate in. If you notice, we have a recruiting event every week throughout the month of March, as well as a few at the beginning of April. This is prime recruiting season. Each of the trips we are inviting and expecting one or more of our principals to also attend with us, either principal or AP, someone to represent the district. Represent their school. We are super excited about the last bullet point there, and we would like to invite the board and anyone else in the community to the Hertford County Public Schools Job Fair we're planning to host on April the 29th. We would expect to have all departments present there. We're planning to have a very good time. And there we're not just recruiting teachers, we're recruiting for any departments that have vacancies at the moment. So we're expecting every department to be represented there. More information will be forthcoming. We also have, we'll be participating in a virtual fair with UNC Charlotte on March the 14th. Any principal or APs or as many as that would like to can sign up to participate in that virtual career fair and not have to leave or travel. Sometimes that could become an issue. We also have a partnership with Global Teaching Partners to help us provide visiting international faculty, VIF teachers, to help fill some of the positions. We had made efforts to, also we would wanted to attend Norfolk State and Virginia Union, but we were unable to get on their calendars, but we are reaching out to make sure we're on their list for next year. These are also additional recruitment tools that we're using in Hertford County. We're doing social media posts. We have a website. We're developing a recruitment website specific for Hertford County. So we're expecting to put some of the finishing touches on that and have that ready to go on Friday for our first recruitment event. We also have an opportunity culture recruitment page that is currently active. At the moment, we developed that in partnership with Public Impact, our partners that help support us through that process. We also have, as I mentioned, the VIF partnership. And of course, we feel like the best way, one of the best ways, is through networking and word of mouth. You telling everyone you know how great it is to work here in Hertford County and to help convince them. People will do it because they trust and believe what it is you're saying. We say that to our employees all the time. If an employee says it about Hertford County, then it is gospel, because people will believe it, positive or negative. So we encourage them to always speak positive and encourage people that they know to apply for our vacant positions. And that is the end of my presentation. Any questions?
Thank you, Ms. Jerry. Are there comments, Mr. Deloach?
Ms. Sherry, I appreciate this, and you did a good job of explaining this to us. At your fairs, your job fairs, I'm looking at the bullet, the page where it says why I work for Hertford County Public Schools, and you have those 4 bullets there, or balloons. Are you gonna put short bullets on each of these? So are you passing out something so folk can see this, or do we have to explain this to everybody that comes by?
No, we have a flyer.
Right.
And a folder, Hertford County folder they're gonna get a nice little trinket with Hertford County, something with Hertford County on it. And the flyer is gonna explain in detail these reasons.
Right, so under these 4 categories, you have where it says mentor, and you have these types of mentoring programs.
Yes, sir.
And then under the money you have there, and under the housing you have there, and what else?
Yes,
That
sir.
would be a good idea. Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Quickly, Ms. Chair, did you have the opportunity to contact Pennsylvania at their job fair?
Yes, that one was full.
That one was full.
Yeah, that one was full.
West Virginia.
I didn't try West Virginia.
West Virginia has a surplus, we are told, of school psychologists. majors
Okay.
In West Virginia. We are told that. Might want to check into that and visit West Virginia. They, for some reason, they have a surplus
Okay.
of those majors. We were told that we aren't the only one who heard that.
Okay.
But also, what about New York?
No, we did not. We can schedule a trip.
Well, yeah, schedule a trip up there. You might want to go to Niagara Falls.
Okay.
You'd be surprised that teachers in New York
Sure.
just beginning to travel south now
Mhm.
because of
That's fine.
conditions. I mean, show your face,
Okay.
let them know about the good things. But those 3 states now, and everybody's is trying, but let's get out there first.
Sure.
So I don't want to go to New York. I think it'd be a good trip. And it might be production. What county is district? I won't say Gas. I might be wrong with that. But they have, I think, they have like 10, 12 school psychologists. 4 of them came from New York.
Okay.
Decided to move. because so anyway, I just want to throw that out there too.
Thank you.
Mr. Eddie,
Ms. Chair, quick question, and this could be for you or Dr. Pratt. Do we have, or do we plan on using Channel 19 to help recruit for these jobs as well?
We are in the
Since we-
process, oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, since we have a local TV channel.
We're in the process of getting things, Channel 19 up
Okay.
and running. We have to update some of that equipment, but that's in process.
Okay, thank you.
I know the equipment, there's some names up there you need to update.
Yes, sir. I think we've updated the names.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we've updated, over the last couple of weeks, Ms. Freeman and the technology team has updated all the information on Channel 19 as of today. And then we're waiting to get a quote or some additional technologies that we need to upgrade to the 21st century to operate it effectively.
Because it's old.
It is old.
It is old.
It is old. Very antiquated.
It is old.
are there any
That's great.
other comments?
That's great.
Okay, thank you so much for your presentation, Ms. Sherry.
Thank you.
We'll move on.
Miss-
Wait, we have one more thing, Ms. Sherry. And that is pre-K teacher supplement.
Sorry about that. You have before you item, the pre-K teacher supplement. As you heard me mention earlier, the state provides an additional supplement for instructional personnel from, for those that are paid from state funds. Pre-K teachers are not paid from state funds. We are requesting that the board also give this same supplement to our pre-K teachers by using our ESSER funds 181.
Are there questions, comments?
You need a motion?
concerns?
Does that affect Madam Chair?
Mhm.
I certainly make a motion that the board approve the allocation of 181, that's a 3, to pay for.
He's been waiting for that.
Pre-K teachers. And it is true, pre-K teachers are not a part of the North Carolina school system. It's K-12.
Right.
You've been waiting for that one, haven't you, Mr. Howard?
I got something to
May I have a second, please?
I second the motion. I second the motion.
All in favor, state aye. All opposed. The pre-K teacher supplement has been approved. at
Thank
this
you.
time. Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to safe, orderly, and efficient schools. 5.1, behavior, consultative, psychological services. Dr. Michelle White.
Chair
Dr.
Porter, board members, Dr. Pratt, we have before you tonight for your approval, a contract between Behavior Consultative Psychological Services and Hertford County Public Schools. This contract will provide our exceptional children's teachers with instructional and behavioral strategies and resources support for students with autism.
Are there questions or concerns at this time? Well, may I have a motion to approve the request from administration concerning behavior consultative psychological services?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The psychological services have been approved by administration. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Hall and Ms. Norman, we've been waiting for you, haven't we, Ms. Hall? With Mr. Summerman.
Right, Ms. Hall.
Good.
We'll see after this. Okay, good evening, Chair Porter,
Good evening.
board members, Dr. Pratt. I stand before you this evening to give you a summary report of our ESSER funds. We have before you our mission statement. Now, as a reminder, our ESSER funds were provided so that we could safely reopen our schools. and ESSER stands for Elementary and Secondary School Emergency Relief, because as you all know, our nation was in an emergency at that time. Now, questions that you're always supposed to ask yourself when utilizing ESSER funds, these 3 questions. Will this prevent the spread of COVID? Is this in preparation of COVID? Or is this in response to COVID? So ESSER 1 PRC 163, we received $1,064,244. ESSER 2 PRC 171, we received $4,165,325.64. And ESSER 3 PRC 181, we received $9,350,970.13. Now let's discuss how we utilize these funds to safely reopen our schools. So ESSER 1 PRC 163. In the category of regular computer equipment, we purchased 1,721 Chromebooks with student license and accessories. That total was $628,943.84. Along that same line, technology support. We listen to our community, our students, our parents say to us that in certain locations, they could not get on the internet, and we wanted to ensure that our students could still participate in remote learning. So we had 7 buses, and on those 7 buses, we placed router Wi-Fi on those buses. Also, additionally, 300 license in the area of technology support. That gave this total $738,970.09. And that was in 2021. Additionally, in 2021, we had an indirect cost, and that's a cost that the district uses for various expenditures. And then we had a nutrition cost, 5 nutritional assistants in the amount of $110,829.79, which gave this total $142,199.46. So we take the summary of those 2 previous slides, our technology support, our nutrition, our indirect costs. That was $881,169.55. But we're still not done yet, because remember, we received $1 million in ESSER 1. So additionally, in 21-22, we purchased additional Chromebooks and license in the amount of $37,939.71, indirect costs. And then we purchased interactive panels and software. And those interactive panels allowed for additional collaboration, video conferencing, screen sharing. That gave us a total of $196,572.94. When you add all of those expenditures up in 2021, a large portion was definitely technology support. And then in 21-22, that was our indirect costs, technology, panels, Chromebooks. That gave us a total of $1,064,244. ESSER 1 is complete, PRC 163. All of those expenditures are complete and done. So ESSER 1 is complete. Okay, now we're going to move on to ESSER 2, which is 171. And this is just a picture of some of those Chromebooks that our students had at that time in the school, and they're using them. And then this is a picture of, sir? Okay. And this is a picture of one of our buses, those 7 buses that had Wi-Fi on it. It was Park and Learn. And this was a post that was actually posted on Facebook, our social media at that time, letting the community know we have this available for you. We heard you and we're here for you. All right. So PRC 171, ESSER 2, we received $4,165,325.64. In 2021, we gave out bonuses in the amount of $837,042.85. And along with that, Social Security benefits and retirement. This gave us a total of $1,092,699.83. Continued in 21-22, bonuses again $342,518.63, along with Social Security and retirement and additional personnel, and that is just part of their salary. This gave us a total in 21-22, $538,318.35. 21-22 continue. Technology support, Power School enrollment. That is our Power School online registration, student registration, $46,347.98. In our human resource contract area, our Destiny Educational Solution, they provide educational services for schools and district, providing coaching for our new principals, $38,941.94. And then an indirect cost, which is a cost a district uses for expenditures such as utilities and administrative costs. This gave us a total of $190,529.86. So in 21-22, you take those previous slides, you add them together with our Destiny Solutions coaching, our online registration in Power School, our salaries. You have a total of $728,848.21. Now in 22-23 with ESSER 2, PRC 171. In our regular curricular services certification, when our teachers continue to get their license, we provide support by reimbursing them in that area. That is a reimbursement cost you see there that was given back to the teacher in the amount of $1,250. In our regular curricular service area, we purchase additional Chromebooks and license and interactive panels. Once again, those interactive panels allow for collaboration, video sharing, conferencing. That gave us a total of $1,981,784.11. 171 was continued additional salaries. And once again, this is not their total salary. And then those Social Security and retirement and benefits of $130,444.25. So now that brings us to the total of ESSER 2, PRC 171. In 2021, we spent $1,091,699.83. That was bonuses and benefits. In 21-22, $728,848.21. That was bonus, salaries, benefits. And then in 22-23, $2,112,232.36. That was software, hardware, panels, positions, which gave us a total of $4,165,325.64. And then ESSER 2 is complete. It had to be encumbered by September 30th, 2023, and we've already completed that. So we've completed 1 and 2. Okay. All right. This is a picture of the interactive panels. And this is one of our teachers using those interactive panels. It's in their classes, along with a student using it as well. And now we're moving on to ESSER 3, where we are now, 181. We received $9,350,970.13. Now, how do we use this to prevent, prepare, and in response to COVID? And these are our stakeholders that helped decide how we would utilize these funds. So our principals met, directors in each department, assistant superintendent, as well as the superintendent. So with the 181, we're going to see what we've utilized, and then what we're going to see what we have left and what the plan of action is for that. Okay, so bonuses and benefits. We're giving out $479,391.99 district-wide. 6% of a person's salary who was certified, they were given a bonus, and then 4% classified were given a bonus. And then retirement in the amount of $138,203.97, which gave that area $617,595.96. Additionally, robotics, supplies, and materials was purchased for CS Brown, $1,293.11. And then in the area of equipment and software, ACT Prep and Exact Prep was purchased. ACT Prep, ACT stands for American College Testing, and that helps our students, our juniors, prepare for the ACT, which is an entrance examination. So that prep was provided for them in 21-22. And then Exact Path, that is a software that's personalized learning. And that particular software was used for our AIG, our EL students, and our EC students at the time. And that amount $7,391.06, which gives us a total of $626,280.13. Continue with 181 expenditures. Our Vector Solutions, which is a training and risk management software. It has training such as emergency and response, board policies, bloodborne pathogens. That cost is $5,375. All our COVID sanitation supplies, our gloves, our sanitizer, wipes, things of that nature, that amount $7,971.50. Our employee assistance program, once again, when our teachers go back to school, they take courses, we want to be able to support them by reimbursing. That costs $7,560 and then an indirect cost as well, in the amount of $115,132.79. So we take the previous slides and this slide for a total at the bottom of $762,319.42. And that was in 21-22. Now we're moving on to 22-23. Sub salaries and workshops and bonuses. There was sub salary amount of $400.50. Our media coordinators received a bonus of $600. And then within that, Social Security and retirement, $77.24, which gave that category $1,086.74. In our regular curriculum services, workshops, various leaders have attended, $9,957.85, and then supplies to support those workshops, which gives us a total on this slide, $12,893.02. Additional regular computer software, our Power School Unified, which is their online student registration, our Destiny software, which is our library management system. It manages all our resources in our library. Our ACT Prep, once again, preparing our juniors for their entrance exam. And then our interactive panels and Lou interactive bundles. Our Lou is a software. It was created by teachers for teachers, and it transforms any space into an interactive fun space. And you'll see that in a picture in just a few moments. Our Title I crate, $4,400. That helps us to digitize our documents as we continue to meet those federal guidelines. And when we have our monitoring visits, safety and security support, once again, that's our Vector Solution in the amount of $5,535. That gives us a total of $624,797.51. Okay, so in our human resource services, $42,326.66. And you can see those items listed. Our employee assistance program, helping our teachers as they continue their license. Our Destiny Solutions principal coaching our principals. Our tailored education, that's coaching for our teachers. Under the leadership services workshop, our NC FIPA federal programs director, that's the amount that was given back for a training that I attended. That was my registration, my travel, and my hotel fee. Contract services, Ms. Kendra, we know Ms. Kendra is our K-12 trauma-informed curriculum in the amount of $12,000. And then our 504 training, which is $1,500. So on the previous slides, this slide and this slide together, we're at $694,533.05. And this is a picture of the loo in our elementary schools. That first picture is, I do believe, a Hosky Elementary. They had their Title I night. They had their parents and their students lined up. And as you can see, they were trying to answer the questions on those multiplication facts. And then that middle picture is BPS. They're using it in their physical education class. And then the last one is RES. So once again, our students and our teachers really love the loo. Okay. So now that brings me to the spot where it says the allotment we received, $9,350,970.13. And in 21-22, $762,319.42 was spent on those bonuses, software, hardware. 22-23, the panels, the loo, in the amount of $694,533.05, which gives us an amount of an allotment spent of $1,456,852.47. So of course, we subtract that from what we received. So this is where we are to this day. $7,894,117.66 of what we have left of ESSER 3 PRC 181. Now, we're going to discuss what the plan is on how we're going to utilize those funds. You have a question, Mr. Hodge?
No, I guess I wouldn't see your
Okay,
plan.
okay, all right. Okay, sir.
Because that plan has to be completed by September
30,
24.
Yes.
30, 24.
2024. Yes.
Let's see now. Okay, let's see your plan. We got to spend some money real fast.
Our plan, yes,
Yeah.
our plan. Yes, sir. All right. So these,
Yeah, our plan.
yes, sir.
I apologize.
That's okay. I wanted you to know that these individuals right here have discussed this plan on how they want to utilize the $7,894,000 that's left. So in the learning loss section, teacher positions, salary, Social Security, and fringe benefits, $964,752.52. In the NC ELA Academy area, $21,042.15. And of course, NC ELA, that is our statewide initiative led by DPI. It focuses on building instructional leadership in states that have the highest need. And we have a team that has been going there. I think we've attended at least 3 meetings so far. In our employee education reimbursement area, we'll set aside $29,000 to continue to support our teachers as they continue to get their license. In the area of computer software, our iExcel, which is that skill building curriculum, our Power School, which is our online registration, our Apex Learning, which is credit recovery, and then our Destiny Media, which houses those K-12 library resources. $146,511.41 is in that area. And then the leadership computer equipment, $15,200 has been placed in that area, which gives us a total of $1,176,506.08. In the furniture equipment category, $90,000 has been set aside for configurable desks and chairs. After school tutoring, $1,025,723.25. Continue helping our students with their learning loss. Supplies and materials for those after school programs, $30,000 set aside for that. In the area of leadership training, any district level employee that need additional professional development and training, $28,984.14. And then brand and marketing consultant to continue communicating with our parents in the community, $86,500 set aside for that, which gives us a total of the previous slide here and here, which is at the bottom, of $2,437,713.47. All right. In the area of facility repairs and improvement, restroom remodeling of HCMS, $300,000. In the area of child nutrition, new seating equipment and repairs, 300,000. And then improve air quality, 81,600. That gives us a total of $681,600. Addressing special populations in the area of 504 software, and that software is called Frontline, which is tracks 504. It monitors them and it keeps all the documents in one place. 7,000 has been set aside for that. In the alternate program workshop, dropout prevention training, $10,000. Computer software, $8,000. And hardware software Chromebooks, $103,762.12. And then any additional computer supplies that may be needed in software, $175,508.55, which gives us a total of $304,270.65. In the area of mental health, Miss Kendra, which we know that's our K-12 trauma-informed curriculum, $15,000. Our counselor and social worker area, $325,057.74. Any additional workshops the counselors will need, $8,000. Employee assistance program, $33,886.66. And then training to minimize virus solutions, which is our vector solution, $9,090 for a total of $416,034.40. Okay, in our summer camp, we have $1,621,886.58. And that consists of the personnel that you see listed, our transportation, our teacher assistants, our assistant principal. And then other eligibles, positions, indirect costs, bonuses and benefits, $2,432,612.54. Which gives us this grand total in all those areas. So in our learning loss area, $2,437,713.47. In facilities and air quality, $681,600. Our special population, $304,270.65. Our mental health, $416,034.40. Our summer camp, $1,621,886.58. And then our other eligibles, which consist of bonuses, benefits, positions, and indirect costs, $2,432,612.54, which gives us the total that we have left of $7,894,117.64. Thank you. Are there any questions?
Mr.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Thank you, Madam Chair. And I want to thank you and the administration for such a detailed outline of how we're going to spend $8 million between now. The other stuff has already been spent. Number one, I mean, ESSA 1, ESSA 2. I'm not even concerned about those. I'm looking at the ESSA 3 fund and your account and how you have added it up and whatnot. Perfect. Your wish list is worth looking at. Other than the fact, I'm going to recommend to this board that we do something beyond with this $8 million. Some of that stuff in there can be moved around, delayed, however you want to call it. A little pie in the sky in there. I don't know how many of those boards we're gonna put up.
Those interactive boards.
Yeah, how many we're gonna put up and you know, to your good gracious. But that's, I've seen them, they work. Let me talk about that. I believe, and I'm Madam Chair, and fellow board members, I'm going to make a recommendation that we go in there and look at those items and find monies, bonus money for every teacher employee in this county. They deserve it. And I know I know all of us believe that.
Mhm.
I'm not saying that we don't. Example, I think it's 181 teachers.
Mhm.
Somewhere along in there. You're talking about roughly $700,000 for a $3,000 bonus. That includes principals. Our principals need something also to say, thank you. Now, I recognize that we're in the middle of this school year.
Mhm.
We aren't talking about it now.
Right.
We're probably talking about looking at it next year. To come up with some kind of formula or how it's being done, that's up to the brain power.
Right.
My brain won't go that far. That's out of my wheelhouse. But I want to see us spend some of that money, that $8 million on our teachers, on our staff, that we can say thank you. And even our bus drivers, those classified employees,
Mhm.
maybe 3,000 won't work there, I know it won't. But we could see, we can find some magic figure in there to
Mhm.
give them something. This money has to be spent by
9/30/2024.
24.
Mhm.
It should have been spent before now. We shouldn't be sitting there talking about it being encumbered. Because the last figures were encumbered monies. That's money, right? It's not money that's spent, it's being encumbered, which is what the law says.
Mhm.
We're not gonna have this opportunity down the road to do anything. And it's a one-time bonus, one time. And all that other stuff, yes. But my concern right now is to use that money for our teachers who have been through a lot over the last 24 months. Our principals have been through a lot. We have opportunity, Madam Chair and fellow board, to do something for them.
Mhm.
It's not gonna cost us not one dime. I know this for a fact, I don't know for a fact, but I'm told that over $2 billion in this state is being encumbered here at the last minute. 2 billion. And when I heard, you know what I said to myself? We won't be the part of that 2 billion,
No,
if I got anything to do with it.
we're not now.
Well, I'm not gonna get into a philosophical discussion with you over that.
Okay.
But I think everybody knows where I'm coming
Yes.
from.
Mhm.
And that's my recommendation to the board. The board might feel different.
So-
But I'm saying, let's spend some of that money on our teachers,
Yeah.
our staff. Yes, and our kids are gonna benefit from it,
Mhm.
Mhm.
you know. I've been waiting to see it. I've been talking about this since the first of the year.
Yeah.
This is nothing new. Madam Chair, Vice Chair,
Don't-
you've heard me talk about it. What are we doing with now? Altogether, we've had about $18 million
Mhm.
new monies over the last 2 years. I think we should do it.
Yeah.
And that's my recommendation. I put it on the floor right
Yeah.
now.
So,
Board can vote it up or down.
yeah, so if you go back to, yes, the bonus line, others, I think you passed it, didn't you?
And the other.
Yes. So we put it here, bonuses and benefits. So we got $1.1 million there for staff.
How much
Now
is that?
we
How
can,
much is that first?
well, we haven't decided that yet, but we can put more there. We're not close to the idea of putting more there. What we have engaged in a conversation with staff, I think the last bonus we gave a percentage. And so we're talking about doing a flat rate of a incentive for a bonus for teachers and classified, everybody. When we say bonus, it's everybody in the district. We also have had conversations around how much do we put here? If we say that we're going to give you 1,500, do we want to see 1,500? And then we have to put more on the back end to give them that 1,500. So we're working on that. And so hopefully I'll have a proposal for you in March where we can come back and outline all the bonuses and incentives we're going to give. Even if we can give one this school year, we're going to try to do that in next school year. So we'll map that out. And so if that 1.1 million is not enough, then we'll move some money there to make sure that the board is comfortable with what we're giving out to staff.
Ms. Porter,
Yes, sir.
I mean, Ms. Norman, thank you so much. It's been a great report, and I'm glad to be able to get all this information at one time. First of all, I was sort of like Mr. Hall a little bit. I was looking at some of these categories, and some of these categories on the end appear to be things that they were reproducing, things that we know we have to spend the money, so we're going to find areas that we feel like are appropriate. That's what it looks like to me on the end.
Mhm.
I was thinking about what Mr. Hall said. We all know we are in a poor county. And I can tell you, when the pandemic hit, we had teachers that did not want to come to work with our children because they were afraid. We had bus drivers who were told to pick up kids. They were afraid because the kids weren't tested. They didn't want to pick them up. And I heard what Mr. Hall said. And you know, we haven't had this opportunity before. This may be the opportunity we have to do something for our staff and everybody that we haven't had before, that we will not be penalized for because it was for the right purpose. I'm in favor of doing what you want to do, Mr. Hall. I'm in favor, and I'm in favor of increasing that to at least maybe 3 million, if that's what it takes. Because this is an opportunity for us to do something now that we have control over. See, what we hear all the time is, well, you all need to give us this, you all need to do this, but we have no control. We don't have control over the money. Now we do have control over this money. So why not do what we can do at this time in our lives when we've never had a chance to do it before? So I'm in favor of Mr. Hall.
Thank you, sir. By the way, I've been on this board for 24 years. I've never had this opportunity.
That's right.
To
Never
spend this kind of money, Dennis, so thank you for reminding me of that. To spend this kind of money for our folks. And I'm gonna fight it until I see something different. I'll be at the state board tomorrow night and Wednesday and Thursday, and I'll say it to them also. My county is being proactive. My county wants to do something beyond. Now the state gonna do something. We know that. But I get real emotional about it.
Yeah.
I mean, we just never had this, and I don't see us, you know, I want to know how much money are we talking about? Per teacher.
Yeah.
Per this, per that.
Wonder what does it take to give every teacher?
What does it take?
Can you
Right.
all give us that figure?
Yeah.
What does it take to
What
give
does it
every
take?
teacher? What figure we talking about? $3,000?
If you do 3,000, you're talking about 600.
Correct.
600 plus benefits for 181.
Well, that's the teachers. What about?
Right, I don't know how
We'll
many.
have different rights.
Cafeteria.
Yeah.
What about the custodians? I
Yeah.
mean, hey, everybody.
Certified
work.
class pass.
Everybody.
Ms. Myron, is that feasible?
Yeah. Yeah. Something we'll bring it back to the board. We understand the charge and we support that charge 100%. And we've had multiple conversations around this as senior team and as senior staff. We will bring something back to you to make sure you're comfortable with what's in this line item for bonuses and benefits.
Sounds good.
I agree with Mr. Deloach. I want to include everybody.
Right.
That's my feelings.
Yeah.
Because everyone worked together during COVID, the
Right.
drivers, the cafeteria staff, teachers, we know who you are. Every department worked. And I think as you are, if this is an opportunity where we will not have to tell someone, there's nothing that we can do about how much you get. This is maybe a one in a lifetime thing. And I agree. Let's move with it and make it happen. At this time.
Okay.
Madam Chair,
Just
if I may.
to show appreciation. I'm sorry. When you show people that you appreciate them, I'm sorry because pollen's outside. When you show people that you appreciate them, everything else will come up. Test scores.
Yeah.
Motivation. People would be motivated. It's not, we're gonna give them the money. Whatever you figure out. But it's about money. But the bottom line is, I bet if I ask each of you, most important thing is knowing that I'm appreciated. And if this can happen, let's move it. Right, Mr. DeBoach, you're mighty serious, but, if this is once in a lifetime opportunity, then we have the power here to do it.
I agree. I think Mr. Shields had something.
Mr. Shields, I'm
I see.
sorry.
Over there, motion.
His mouth is open.
It ain't gonna happen, King. If we don't. take
That's right.
advantage of it, I am.
Yeah.
We're not gonna be able to take advantage of it again, because I can tell you,
It ain't coming
the
to
money is not coming back. If we don't use it for our people, and we're not gonna get this opportunity again. So if we don't seize the opportunity, then we're gonna lose the opportunity. So, we say it's all about our people. Let's show them what it's about.
That's right.
Madam Chair, if I may.
Yes,
um,
sir,
It
Mr.
looks like we got all five on board. If I'm in an appropriate move, I would want the board to consider, if possible, once we look at the figures, if we could give certified a $3,000 supplement and classified a $1,500 supplement. In my personal opinion, it would be nice if we can put enough on top of it so they could see those amounts in the check and not be
I'm seeing a
taxed.
separate check. You don't see it, it comes in.
Yeah,
regular check.
I agree.
I agree with
I
you.
agree.
If you get it in one lump sum,
Well, I agree.
most of it is gone before you get it.
That's a big check.
And I just want to know, Madam Chair, when the administration brings it back, what part of this comes out of the 8 million?
Right.
And the rest of it, okay, that's it. But what part of this? I bet you it's about 1.5, 1.6 million.
Okay.
Bet you. It's less than 2 million. Which leaves 7 million if we do something else. with it.
That's right. But we're talking about a bonus this year, but we also wanted to have some dollars for next year as well. So, we want to give as much as we want to give, but we also want to, if we can give them something by the end of this school year, give that offering. But then we also, next year, we also would like to do an additional offering to them as well. So we'll come back with a
So
recommendation.
we'll just take that out of the other 7 million. then.
That's right. We're fine with that. So if you want to say, we'll plan at the board pleasure, as long as the money is there.
The money,
Yeah.
well, 8 million is there, I know.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
As long, I know 8 million is there.
It is there.
There we go.
It's just there.
Okay, it all depends on how we want the credit line there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Now, my motion, Madam Chair, because of, I just want to make sure that my motion is on the floor.
Yeah, it is.
May I have a second?
I second it.
All in favor, state aye. All opposed? Motion has passed.
Hey, Madam Chair, for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job.
And there you go, that's it.
Very good.
Don't never go out anywhere and say this board don't try.
Yeah.
We might not agree, but we do try. And that's all that matters. Thank you. I'm gonna shut up now. You see it on that harness. $8 million.
You know, Mr. Alden, we have been asking,
Yeah.
very well presented,
Yeah.
very thorough. We could keep up with what you were doing from 1, 2, and 3. But we are so appreciative that you did that. And you and Dr. Pratt.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to, I'm sorry. Thank you. We'll move on to comments. Dr. Pratt, at this time.
Yes, I'll be brief this evening, Madam Chair and board members. We have several of our family members who lost part of their families over the last month since we've come here together. They are listed here. I'm not going to call each of their names, but you can see that we've had some losses in our family community, and would like to say to you, please keep these families in your thoughts and prayers over the next couple of weeks. We also had an employee that lost everything in a house fire as well. And so that was brought to my attention, and wanted to share with you that we are wrapping around and supporting that family in her loss as well. And so wanted to lift that up in this presentation as we go through this. We'll also like to close out to say to our transportation supervisor and our bus drivers that we celebrated them this month in many opportunities that the district provided and Ms. Quinn provided to them, but wanted to thank our bus drivers the day before the last day of February for all the work that they do each and every day in transporting our kids. And, you know, I had an opportunity to ride a school bus and really interact with the bus driver and the students who were on that bus. And one of the things that I took away from that bus ride is that our bus drivers care for our students, right? Even when they are a little late to the bus, they wait a little extra longer because they know that kid is coming to school. And sometimes some kids miss the bus and they circle back to get them. And I thought that was just wonderful that our bus drivers know their names by names. They know their parents. Their parents are at the door waving and smiling and sending them off to school and walking them to the bus. So just thank the bus drivers for everything that they do. We really appreciate them and what they do each and every day in transporting our kids to and from school. They're the first faces they see as they come to our school building. So thank the bus drivers. If you have opportunity tomorrow, it's the last day of Love the Bus month. So appreciate their service. Also would like to say thank you to the counselors as well. They are the hearts of our schools. They keep them pumping and they keep our kids informed around what they need to be successful in school. And they provide those one-on-one sections and small groups with kids in our buildings each and every day. And they're led by a dynamic leader, Ms. Biggers. We appreciate your leadership that you provide as well in working with our counselors in our district. Then congratulations to Hertford County High School. They won their game last week, so they're progressing to the next level, which is tomorrow night at Goldsboro High School, and the game starts at 7:00 p.m. And so I had a chance to be in the gym when they won that game, and a strong team. So I'm expecting great things out of them tomorrow night when they play Goldsboro High School, and I'll be there. I'm coming. And so it's going to be a early morning for me Wednesday, but I'll be there. So congratulations, and please thank your coaching staff for the great job that they're done with that team this school year. We appreciate their leadership and their commitment to it. Just want to talk to you a little bit before you hear anything about my entry plan. Really a very informal plan that I've had as I came in. But I did a lot of work in December and January, just reviewing documents and meeting with key people, visiting schools as I came in December to prepare myself as I enter the role of superintendent here in January. So I gained a lot of information from having informal conversations with people and formal conversations with key stakeholders within the community, external and internal during that time. But now it's time to formalize that into a more formal process in my second phase as I gain information around the district and what are some of our next steps as a district. So I will be starting a listening to learn tour over the next several weeks, where I will be engaging multiple stakeholders in a conversation around Hertford County Public Schools. And so in that conversation, I will engage board members in conversations around the school district, principals, parent groups, district leaders and staff, school staff, city and county leaders, faith-based leaders, local and state politicians, and business owners around this conversation. And so I'm going to start my month out with meeting with staff, school staff, It's an opportunity for me to visit each school and really have face-to-face meetings with teachers. It's going to be me, and we're going to just have a dialogue about what's working well, what's not, and what are some of the suggested next steps for our district. And so these dates that's posted here are preliminary dates, and we'll be sharing this information with school staff, school principals tomorrow just to verify these dates. But this is a time that I have set aside on my calendar to begin the process of engaging staff individual in small groups during their planning period. I also will have opportunity to meet with students because student voice is important in our district as we prepare for them. And so I have set aside dates to visit schools where I can have small groups of students who can dialogue with me around those same questions, so that we can begin developing a master plan for the district. Then we'll have district office or departments here. So we'll meet with district office staff, child nutrition staff, transportation maintenance, principals and assistant principals, and have that same dialogue around next steps for Hertford County Public Schools. And then stakeholders groups. So we'll have 2 parent meetings, one in Ahoskie and one in Murfreesboro, where we will invite parents to come out and have a conversation with me as well. We will meet with faith-based groups on March the 16th, and then politicians and then business owner to kind of close out these meetings. When I first accepted the job, I told everyone I really want to involve the community in setting that vision and setting that direction that we need to go in as a school district. And we need their support and their buy-in as we go through this. The outcomes of these meetings will lead to our strategic plan, where we're going over the next 5 years. And then everyone has had input in developing that strategic plan as a district. And so that was in my kind of entry plan. After that, senior team and I will get together, use all this information to create that strategic plan along with the school board members as well. And that's all I have for you this evening, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Questions? Any questions for me? All right.
Well planned.
Thank you.
Thank you. Comments, Mr. Deloach.
Thank you, Ms. Porter. First of all, I'd like to send my condolences out to all of those who have lost loved ones. My prayers, my thoughts certainly goes out to them. As I said earlier, I visited 5 schools last week or week before last or whatever it was, and I was really impressed with many of the things that I saw. I didn't call out all the schools tonight because I knew Ahoskie Elementary was going to present, but the other ones will have the opportunity as well. But I wanted to say I did see some good things going on, and I wanted you to know that teachers on task, time on task, instructional things, and I was just impressed with some of the things that I saw. So I commend you all, commend your teachers, and commend administrators for what you do and for what you're doing for our children. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Mr. Shields.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back on board. I said that earlier, but meetings like tonight where there's so much information and it's all so well presented is just great. Sometimes it's not the greatest thing to have your letter start with A, but I thought Ms. Riddick did a great job.
Oh, yeah.
I really did. I thought that was a really good presentation. You might need to change the name of the school. But in the ESSA information was great. It really was. Mr. Hall been talking about ESSA. I wasn't really sure what ESSA was all about, but you did a great job. And as I said earlier, this is an opportunity for us to really make a difference. Not only show appreciation, but possibly make a difference in some of our teachers' lives and y'all's lives, because it's important, because we're just a figurehead. You guys are the ones that that the, rubber meets the road every day and, deal with students that are a little bit on the wacky side, sometimes, and deal with parents that can even be wackier, but you guys do such a great job, and it's an opportunity for us to just say, thanks. Anyway, that's it.
Thank you, Mr. Shields. Mr. Eddie Hope.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Certainly our condolences and prayers go to our employees who are dealing with loss of loved ones, and also our prayers and thoughts are with our employees who have been suffering from things that have been going on negatively in our community. We also definitely want to give our prayers and thoughts to our community as a whole, because we got a lot of things that are still going on out there. Nonetheless, I'm grateful and thankful for each one of our employees who play their part in the role of what we do every day in the lives of our children in education. Yes, it gets tiring. Yes, you get bombarded. Yes, you go through things that we will never know as a board. We hear, we assume, we may know, we may not know. But we're appreciative that you're staying there to endure the tasks that you have to do each and every day. And for that, I'm thankful. I do want to say one thing. I was thoroughly moved by the number of fathers that we saw at the event at Riverview over the weekend. It did something to me, because oftentimes people try to create a narrative about what our kids don't have. And we continue, each and every one of you, and what you do in the schools, you continue to rewrite the narrative to what we are doing. And that's evident every day. Do not allow people to write the narrative for our school district. We need to write our own narrative for the school district. And for that, I'm grateful that we continue to do that. All of our schools, you do such an excellent job. I just go on social media and just to share. I don't even post no more, I just share. Y'all keep me going to share. And we appreciate it, but we do thank you from the bottom of our hearts for what you do each and every day, and we're forever grateful for you, because you are you're the front, you're the face, you're the first thing that people got to deal with. We get phone calls, yes, but you get the people in your face, and we're appreciative for that, and we understand it, and we're just forever thankful for it. And I'll just say thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't give up, don't throw in the towel. We're almost close to the end, but we're here to support you every step of the way. Thank you so much, Madam Chair.
Our people in Hertford County don't give up.
No, we know.
We overcome obstacles.
We ride. We ride.
And Mr. Hall, what was the name of the song again, Friday night?
Dancing with my father again.
Mm-hmm.
By who?
By Luther.
Big Luther.
I like to cry there. I'm better than my office that my wife could see.
Yeah.
But it was doing something.
It was very moving.
And I'm sure we see that we can see that in all of our schools.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not just all of our schools. And I'm proud about me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was telling the board members tonight, I'm taking my part right now, Mr. Chairman. So I'm there. One guy had 3. Had a kid in this arm, had a kid in this arm, and then had one dancing. And he was just dancing around the floor with him. That's a dad. That's a dad. And we got another thing. Sometimes they're hard to understand, but we have those dads. They come in every color of the rainbow.
Oh, yeah.
Now, with that being said, let me quickly, Madam Chair, if I could I'm not gonna put anything because Brother Hall here said it all in his comments. But I feel like Job sometimes up on the wall. And have Job come on down. Will Job come? I can't come down like this. I got work to do. We got work to do to get this thing straight about our kids.
Mm-hmm.
Now, state board. We're talking about local board. State board action. Last month, state board, we had a real short agenda. Starting Wednesday morning, things are changing from the General Assembly now. It's beginning to get into the picture of what they're going to do and probably what they will not do. The state superintendent, Superintendent Truitt, last month outlined clearly to us of her role for this upcoming year in dealing with low performing schools. in the state. The support that she's asking for from the appropriations committee. She met last Thursday, I think it was. She presented before the appropriations committee. And one thing that's different that she's looking at doing, which is truly within line. We're getting off the letters now so much. I hear so much about letters and the training, and that's already on board. That's not going to change. But she wants to have coaches for principals. One coach for every 2 low-performing schools. She has said that that's going to have to be because we got to change the mindset of our principals in order to move the school forward. You know, we talk about teachers and going in the classroom with test data and unpacking and all those terms, but she wants to receive funding for the General Assembly to hire coaches. And by the way, there are over 800 low-performing schools in the state. Based upon the 80-20 model. She's also convinced, and I go along with this, that the 80-20 model is not good on it's not accurate, it's not supportive of what goes on in a school. 20% 80% proficiency and 20% growth. We need to change that formula around. We don't know what the General Assembly is going to bite on it this time, but there are some friends over there that saying, we understand. But that's important to hear. We also continue, I told you last month, it was presented to the General Assembly this time to take $100 million state budget to hire additional social workers, nurse, school counselors, and school psychologists that they said we can't find. And I said, let's go to West Virginia and find out if we were right or not on that end. But we're going to do $100 million. We're asking of recurring dollars, not one-time bonus dollars, but recurring dollars. I know in my county, in our county, we have 1 social worker for 7 schools. Ain't gonna get it, ain't gonna cut it. So we're looking at that. And by the way, the #1 priority right now with the state board and DPI, the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction, is teacher salaries. We right now in the Southeast are second from the bottom with teacher salaries. Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, all of those schools, all those states, Virginia, are above us now when it comes to starting teacher salaries. And that's why it's so important for us to realize that this pathways to excellence is certifying teachers and paying teachers for all that they do. And you know those teachers I'm talking about. If you got going to run them out of the classroom, it's 5 o'clock, time you go home, they still in class. Others, you get in front of them, they're running top of you. We come for 15. Well, you know, we have that, but we need them also. And yes, we have 5,000 vacancies in the classroom across the state right now. And most of them are in those hardcore areas, math, science, EC. They're difficult to find. But we will prevail if we continue along the path that we're on. And we have to make sure that our workforce is diverse. That do all that we can to make sure we have diversity and equity exist in our workforce. Our classrooms are changing. When you walk in a classroom, you don't see it like it was when I was in there or teaching. It's different today. And our staff must reflect where we are at the times. And with that said, Madam Chair, I'm going to shut up now and go home and read some more. But I am so pleased to hear my board support the action that we took tonight for our staff throughout this county. That's going to send a positive message to some others. And I thank you for it. And by the way, it was a board action, not one person. It took the board. And the board could easily say, oh, we'll do that next time. But you didn't say it. Thank you.
Madam Chair, can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Schwartz.
Hello,
Attorney Schwartz.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I wanted to mention one thing before the board adjourns. And excuse me if you were planning to include this in your comments, but there should be an announcement made that the board has received an upset bid for the Union Civic Club property that the board is trying to sell. And the upset bid was for $15,000, which is still well below the tax value of the property. So that will be re-advertised and people will have an opportunity to bid on that in the next couple of weeks.
Okay, Dr. Pratt had mentioned it. Would you like to restate it, Dr. Pratt?
Yes, and we have received a total of, as of today, 4 bids. Our highest bid for the property at 820 North Carolina Highway 461 is $15,000. We will be re-advertising that property for the next for 10 days for someone to upbid that property. If we don't get any bids, then we will fall back to the $15,000 bid.
Do you have any questions, Attorney Swartz?
No, I just want to make sure that was publicly announced. Thank you.
I think we had talked about that before you came on.
Yeah.
When you were still in court, I think. Thank you so much. Also, I would like to send my condolences to the number of people that we have in our system that has lost loved ones, and our thoughts and prayers are certainly with you. I'm not going to keep you tonight. You know how I feel. I'm not separating any department because I know how hard all of you work and to make what we're doing better for our children in Hertford County. All I can say is, looking at Facebook now, I stay on it more than I ever have because I'm wondering which pictures are gonna be up here. Every school, you have so much to share. And I know if I'm looking and the other board members, what do you think about the community? When they see that, you hear buzzing, positives. All I'm saying is thank you, and we will always continue to move on. Continue to plan, and when we work it together, we can always improve. Everybody is, well, nobody's perfect, and we know our system, we continue to improve. But I can tell you one thing, we continue to work on it daily as best as we can. So thank you. I hope you have a good night. May I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? All in favor, state aye. All opposed? Meeting is adjourned.